Is also up and about in the green. But let's thank our guests for joining us. Amrish, thanks for being with us. Anuj, thanks as well. We are looking at one stock, Satin Creditcare. As we told you, the Morgan Stanley Singapore P note has bought into Satin Creditcare. It is a microfinance company, and the difference between Satin Creditcare and the other companies is it has a large amount of presence in the north, mainly in Uttar Pradesh. It's based out of Delhi. HP Singh, the founder and MD of Satin Creditcare, joins us on the line from Singapore to give us his view on how the business could grow going ahead. Mr. Singh, good morning and thanks for joining us. Just wanted to understand from you what the credit growth for the company could look like over the next 3 to 4 years, because this space has seen a lot of interest over the last couple of months.
Yeah, good morning. For us, we've given a guidance for the next year on a growth of about 60% on our loan book. And we've given a guidance also for our profit for the next year of a growth of about 75%. And this is predominantly going to be the way of our growth for the next few years as such.
Mr. Singh, you're saying that this is the rate of growth over the next 2 or 3 years, the rates that you gave?
We've given a guidance, but I think looking at the space where we operate in, I think this is fairly the rate of growth which probably will be there for the next few years as such.
60% loan book you will be able to manage for a few years?
I said it, the guidance is for the next year, but definitely the space where we work in, there's a lot of demand for that. So I think, fairly over the next few years we can say that.
Yeah. Can you elaborate the spaces you work in? How much do you give in terms of microfinance credit? Do you also give SME, MSME loans? And what is your assets under management?
So for us, it's predominantly microfinance right now. And as said, we are present mainly in the northern region. Uttar Pradesh consists about 40% of our portfolio. For us, we'll probably be, we just started SME this year. And SME will grow also on our loan book. But it's mainly going to be the microfinance which is going to grow over the next few years.
So apart from Uttar Pradesh, which are the other states that you're present in? Where does a major chunk of your business come in from? And would you look to, to diversify further?
So we work in about 16 states, but our major chunk, besides Uttar Pradesh, is in Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, and Punjab. But we are also now growing our portfolio in the other states like Rajasthan, Gujarat, and Maharashtra. So these states will also probably take a predominant position in our growth for the next few years.
What is your cost of money and what is your source of money? Do you borrow from banks? Do you have any private equity funding? Therefore, what is the overall cost of money and how much do you make? You lend money at 20, 25%?
Yeah, so we lend at about 24.5%. So our cost of funds are close to about 14.5%, because as per RBI guidelines, we're supposed to have a 10% margin. And we borrow from public sector banks, private banks and foreign banks. And in fact, even foreign institutions, funds who also have microfinance as their charter and a portfolio to look at.
I think what the street really likes about your business is that for the last many years, your asset quality has been extremely stable. Your gross NPAs, I think, are just about 0.5% or so. Tell us, is this something that you can maintain, or do you see some pressure as far as asset quality is concerned? Because, you have seen a bit of a spike in provisioning in the recent quarters.
Well, for us, I think, we maintained a fairly good portfolio quality. I think our net NPAs are about 0.09%. And we will maintain this portfolio quality across the years where we grow in. Because what we believe in is that the borrowing where the asset class of borrowers are probably one of the best financially disciplined to do it. And we fund, rural women also as a mainstay. So as a gender specific as well as financially, they are far more disciplined than probably,
Okay. We need to wind up. It's a very good point to wind up, but I just had a couple of more points to ask you. You didn't think it worth your while to apply for a small bank license? And yeah, please.
We did apply, but we didn't get the license.
Okay, just Okay, you didn't get the license. Fine. Just one final question from my end. You said 60% loan book growth in FY17. There was one analyst that put out an expectation that your loan book would grow from 3,000 crores currently in FY16 to 12,000 crores by FY20. Is that expecting too much, or do you think it's realistic?
Well, I can't further guess. I think the analyst would probably be more right in what he looks at it. We haven't done a complete analysis for ourselves, but the only thing which we would like to point out is that I think yes, there is a sufficient demand at the bottom of the pyramid to actually look at that. And looking at the sector in itself, I think this is possible.
Okay. Well, it's a pleasure speaking with you, Mr. Singh. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. So that's how some small companies are able to do good business, even in an environment where big lenders are not able to lend good credit. That's Satin Credit for you. The reason for inviting him was that a big fund like Morgan Stanley has invested in the shares of this company. Well, a lot of people are turning bullish, and among one of the bigger bears in the Indian market have been Ambit Securities.